lot of people want to be approved of by other people. Even with me, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people want Lecrae to approve of them. Bro, I ain't nobody. God is the creator. You know what I'm saying?
Craig, come on, don't do that. Craig, you know it mean a lot. Your name carry a lot of weight, Craig. So don't dance around that.
No, I hear what you're saying. I'm not trying to say I don't carry weight in the lives of people. Right. At the end of the day, though, I'm not the decision maker on your fate. If you living for my approval, ain't gonna get you nothing but whatever God allows me to give you.
It's time for our spiritual detox. Yes, sir. Welcome back. Your boy DJ Focus. You tap back into the Fixx, your number one source of faith-infused hip-hop, R&B, and poetry. Y'all know the vibes. It's time for our spiritual detox. And listen, it's a project out right now. If you haven't streamed it already, let me know how that pillow feel. Reconstruction is out right now. We got the Grammy Award-winning Lecrae in the building. What's good, fam?
What's up, man? Let me know how that pillow feel. I like that. Why you sleep, man?
Oh, you got to be.
Why you sleep out here, man?
How you feel, man? It has sat and marinated for a little bit. How did you feel about the project and the release?
I like it like that. Actually, because you start getting the people who hitting you up down the line, because the album ain't supposed to just be like a week-long experience. Like, you know, it's supposed to be like you sit with it, you chew on it, you know what I mean? That's what I made it for. It didn't take me 2 years to make something for you to listen to for 1 week. Mm-hmm. You dig what I'm saying? So I love the response. I love the reception. People are loving it. It blows me away. Literally just got back from Africa, heard them chanting every word of the song when I'm on stage, which was crazy to me. Like, I'm like, y'all already know the words. You know, it's a blessing, man. I said what I wanted to say. I made the album I wanted to make, and the chips fell where they fell. Let's
talk about the inspiration behind some of these songs, man. I got some of the lyrics to some of these songs. So out the gate, Reconstruction. This one was it felt real personal. I'll be honest with you. I feel like this is years of you just dealing with the church, dealing with the culture, dealing with society. Why be so bold? Why be so authentic in this?
I think with this project in general, I had to go back to rebel. Go back to that energy that I had back then, because I didn't want to fake it. You know, if I'm passionate, what am I passionate about, and how does it bleed out? So this was the bleed out of my passion, because I went through so much church hurt. I seen the different leaders and preachers misuse the pulpit. I seen too many people hate on the church and say, I'm done with it. You know, and it's just kind of like all that wells up, and it's like, man, everybody tripping. Y'all sit down. You know, there was my what's the principal in the movie Lean on Me? I forgot. Joe, Principal Joe Clark.
Joe Clark.
I'm aging myself on that one. That's the youngins, y'all go find that. But you know, it's just like, let me come be the principal, kick open the doors and say, y'all sit down. Let me tell y'all, chill out, man. You know, Jesus is real. Let's get it together.
So with that being said, you have been very transparent about some of your struggles within that. Yeah. Did some of the pastors or maybe some of the spiritual people that you looked up to, because they wasn't in line, because they were doing other things, did that affect your walk to cause you to kind of like stumble a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. You see, what I didn't understand is that you allow somebody to, you especially like somebody like me. I wasn't raised in church. You know what I mean? So I come off the street, I meet Jesus. I come from a broken family. I'm thinking now I got a whole family. I got a healed family. Now realizing these are broken people too. So now I'm dealing with broken people, and I'm thinking this is supposed to be the family that treats me the right way and does everything right. And then when you get hurt, when people rise up against you in your own family, and you don't, I didn't know how to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? So I just was like, well, I'm done with family. I'm done with this family. I'm out. And now I had to like come back to a healthy place. My healthy place is saying, you know what, some of them are broken, but some of them straight up foul, and I'm gonna call your name, and you a Pharisee, and Jesus had to point out them Pharisees as well. And some of y'all are tripping because you think we threw away Jesus, and we didn't. We just realized some of y'all was mismanaging the truth, and we gonna get back to the truth.
Gonna get back to the truth.
Gonna get back to the truth.
Let's talk about my story. I told my truth even when it cost me. Break that bar down.
Man, I mean, you know, I had to be honest about where I come from, what I experienced, and it cost me. You know what I'm saying? I had to be honest about the injustices that I saw in society. You talking about this? I'm the same dude that told you, send me, I'll go. Everybody, yeah, we love that Lecrae, yeah. I'm the same dude that said we sold out. Yeah, we love that Lecrae, yeah. don't waste your life. Yeah, go on missions, go hard. Yeah, protect disenfranchised folks from getting killed unarmed. Whoa, Cray, you being political.
Slow down.
What? How am I being political? That's biblical. You know what I'm saying? Like, Israel was called to look out for those who are lesser than. Jesus said, gave the parable of the Good Samaritan. That ain't nothing but Bible. So I think for me, it was like, I didn't realize that standing for truth was going to cost me, and people were going to come against me. And so, but it put me in good company, because that's exactly what happened to Jesus. You dig what I'm saying? So
absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you think there should be a place for church and politics? You brought up something very key, and I know that's always separating us in the church, especially when it's a political race, whether you left or right. Shouldn't we just be believers first? I'm just trying to understand that whole thing.
Yeah, what I think happened is people marry their faith to their politics. And now if you don't subscribe to the same political ideas that I subscribe to, you must not be Christian. And God never intended for us to marry kingdom with empire. Empires crumble, Rome crumbled. We saw this already play out in history with Constantine. Constantine made Christianity a legal mandated faith, and people blended it with their politics. It ended up getting people stoned and burned at the stake and all kinds of other craziness. And it got away from what Jesus was trying to communicate, which was love, right? Like, how we gonna love somebody if we always at war? Christianity's not supposed to be us versus them. Christianity supposed to be us for them. Jesus said, I didn't come to condemn but to save. How you gonna save somebody that you steadily trying to wave your finger at and tell them how wrong they are? So to me, I think I'm not telling you not to be civic minded and to be involved politically. But what I'm saying is, at some point in time, you're gonna have to take off your political hat and put on your Christian hat. And no real Christian is gonna fit neatly in any party. It's just not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. Tell No Lie, featuring Jackie. You tell the truth, and may it bless you. This particular track. So first, cheat code. You was already cheat code. Then you threw Jackie on it. So that was like, talk about that collaboration by itself.
First of all, I mean, Jackie different.
She is.
Jackie extraterrestrial. Jackie is alien for real. The Bible say we aliens. She a double alien. You know what I'm saying? Like, the way she raps is kind of like, you gotta dissect it. Like, I was just catching bars weeks after she dropped it, because I was like, yo, I didn't even know she said that. You know what I mean? So, it's just, you gotta listen to the way she be dropping stuff. And she talks about the ladder is Jacob's ladder, but then the ladder, like the last thing I said, the latter days and all, it's just like, man, she on another level. She a leader in society and culture and the faith. And to have her on the track was a blessing, man. And that's the homie, man. So shout out to Jackie for that. And then, I mean, another cheat code is the sample, the Rivera sample that Shakira used. Hip hop has used it, so it's like, that's the one that goes up. That goes up.
Yeah. Do you think hip hop is looking for more honest rap? Not because you talk about that a lot within the theme of this song. Like, do you think we at a place now where people really want real stuff compared to just commercial whatever?
Yeah, because people are people. What we did was, somewhere along the line, we said hip hop means 18 to 25. I don't know where that happened at. Your brain, your frontal lobe ain't even developed till you're 25. So of course, an 18 to 25-year-old may not gravitate to truth as much, but 25 and older is like, hey man, hold on, this don't make something make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was reckless at 17. Of course, I wanted to listen to some reckless music because I was reckless. But at 27, 28, I was thinking more logically, like, wait, what do I want out of life? And I needed music to reflect that. That's part of my life too. So I think that's where we are as a culture too, man. We can't let the YNs be the only voice within hip hop. You dig what I'm saying? Like, we gotta be voices to help give some guidance too.
Brick for Brick, one of my favorites. Tell No Lies a favorite too, but Brick for Brick, featuring Mizo. Crazy. Talk about the inspiration behind it. Do you think when you talk about building the foundation strong as being a believer, just speak to that for a minute, and just the feature with Mizo.
Brick for Brick, man. It's like, Jesus is the cornerstone. We build from there. He's the foundation. When you're reconstructing, you know, you build on that foundation, but you don't build overnight. Rome ain't built in a night. It's done brick by brick, brick by brick. And so, you know, when you think about building on a rock, on a solid foundation versus building on soft sand, that's what brick for brick is about. But then it's also like, it's a play on words too, because the culture's talking about bricks all the time. You know what I'm saying? Y'all building on bricks. That it's like, that's what we really own. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, cool, I'll use your language to tell you what's really good. And as far as Mezo's concerned, I'm as an OG in the game now, I feel like it's my responsibility to kind of give opportunities to younger artists and give them some looks and, you know, throw the ball to them and coach them up a little bit. So Mezo is somebody that I felt like had it, like, oh, she got it. You know what I'm saying? How do I give her a look? Because in my opinion, the world is watching us. The world is watching us. I don't want to give them no terrible representations of Jesus followers in this space, in this music. She can really rap. She not just she a sweet girl. She a godly girl, but there's lots of sweet godly girls. They can't rap though. So let's put a beast on there and let the world enjoy that.
Talk about quality control for a minute. You just said something.
Yeah.
They can't rap for real. Do you think in our space we take advantage of, because we're trying to push the gospel, that we think we can just still put out music?
I know. That's what we do. We give participation trophies all day. We give out Jesus participation trophies. Yeah, he loved Jesus. He loved the Lord. Good job, baby. Here go you put the boy song on there. And I'm like, man, where did they do that at? That's not, you know what the Bible says in the Psalms? It says, praise him with the lyre, praise him with the harp, praise him skillfully. It say praise him skillfully. Some folks, we got to work on our skill. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you can't just get on here and just babble on the radio. You know what I'm saying? You skilled at what you do. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, when you started this thing off and said, tell me how the other side of that pillow feels. Tell me how the pillow, like, that's the gift of gab. That's a skill set you got. Thanks. You know what I mean? You've worked at it. You good at it. It's why you have a show and other people don't. You know what I'm saying? So in the same regard, man, like, listen, man, we have to, I'm not trying to be a gatekeeper. I'm trying to be a great keeper. Uh-oh. You dig what I'm saying?
You said that word. You know you about to strike a nerve. You said that gatekeeper.
No,
come on.
Gatekeeping.
A lot of people do call you gatekeeper, Craig.
No gatekeeping. Huh? Great keeping. Great keeping.
Okay.
You don't get into the NBA because well.
yeah. Because I know where you're going with that, but you
should not get into the NBA because of who you know. You should get into the NBA because you got the skill set to be there. So for me, now here's what I will do. I'll give anybody a chance. I'll give my ear to anybody. You welcome. Come on, bring it on. Let me hear what you got. You either gonna take my advice or you not. You know what I'm saying? You either gonna say, I don't rock with what he's saying. Okay, well, God bless you. Do your thing. Or you gonna say, dang, Craig hit me with some gems. Let me try that out and see if it worked. I mean, I only been doing it 20-some years. I may know something, but maybe I don't. You know what I'm saying? It's your life. You figure it out. So, but as for me, I'll just say this, last thing I'll say. As for me, I'm the one that got to stand in front of Sway. I'm the one that got to stand in front of the Grammys and Pharrell and so on and so forth. And so I'm not going to put nobody in front of them who represents my God, who has not taken the time out. I'm not going to let them hear somebody who's supposed to be representing the greatest creator of all time be sloppy and not use craftsmanship. I'm not going to do that. But if that's what you're doing, you're going to get your shot. You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
How do you get other people in position to be on those other platforms, like you said, the Sways, the Breakfast Club? How do you, because somebody might be listening or watching right now, want to know, how do they level up to even get to that level? Yeah, I mean, a large part of it, man, is play your position well. A lot of people want to go from A to Z instead of going from A to B. You dig what I'm saying? Like people don't network laterally. You don't move according to where you are. You always trying to skip steps. And I think that's part of the problem is, like, I try to I say, hey, yo, here's step 1, step 2, step 3. Candidly, honestly, step 1 for us, summer playlist. We giving everybody a shot. Everybody in the community. Go, shoot your best shot. We put you in position. If you kill it, we gonna highlight it. We gonna
flame it up. We gonna recommend you do this, do that, do this, the next. That's how I found out about Mizo. Summer playlist. She killed it. I said, oh, next. Come on up here. You dig what I'm saying? And I met her. I hear what she talking about. Oh yeah, come on up here. It's certain people like that. There's some people who I think are great that I'm only one man. So I just ain't had the opportunity. One person I really, really want to work with, one person I really feel like needs more love and don't get enough shine is Jay Monty. The boy is a monster. Yes. The boy is a beast. Mm-hmm. And, that's something. I'm one guy, so I can't do everything for everybody. But, the right opportunity, right time come around, I do want to connect with him on some music. You know what I'm saying? Because I think he's underserved and he hasn't seen the fullness of what I believe, he should see.
That's good. Didn't you guys work together with Mike LV, DJ Mike LV? Yeah. I'm about to say it's a track.
But I mean, I'm talking about on some like, how can I pour into you? You know what I'm saying? How can I help you thrive? Because I feel like he should. People like him, I'm like, bro, the culture need him. You know what I'm saying?
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jay Monty can rap. Shout out to Jay Monty. Bless you. You got a bar on there. If you live for people's acceptance, you die for their rejection.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
Yeah, that's something I always say is because a lot of people want to be approved of by other people. Even with me, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people want Lecrae to approve of them. Bro, I ain't nobody. God is the creator. You know what I'm saying?
Craig, come on, don't do that. Craig, it mean a lot. Your name carry a lot of weight, Craig. So don't dance around that.
No, I hear what you're saying. I'm not trying to say I don't carry weight in the lives of people. Right. At the end of the day, though, I'm not the decision maker on your fate. I can't. If you living for my approval, ain't gonna get you nothing but, whatever God allows me to give you. You dig what I'm saying? You being approved of by God, accepted by God, the whole world is an oyster for you. You dig what I'm saying? So I just don't. I know the struggle of trying to live for people's acceptance, and it's a prison. Once you free, you move. If I was living for acceptance, I wouldn't have made this album. I made this album out of freedom. Bro, I'm doing this because it need to be done. I love the Lord, and I'm not worried about, oh man, but they might not, then they might not, but then it's like, no, what God put on your heart, say that. You know what I'm saying? And so that's bless you. And had to get my boy Tory to shine.
Another cheat code.
Yeah, a lift off.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, look, I love that dude. And I'm like, nah, you, here, this you, run. And I mean, he took off. You dig what I'm saying? So he another one. I mean, him like Jay Monty, like with Tory, I'm like, nah, the world, he's a good leader. He's a good man, good husband. He's faithful to his church, and he cold at music. So man, why would I not? I'm a great keeper, not a gatekeeper, baby.
you know they go kill you, them comments for that one. Life, come on, talk about it. I've been saved, but I still wrestle.
Yeah, with life, it's like, I don't know. It's kind of like I wanted people to understand that this is a journey. It's an arc, right? You go from birth, awakening to the Lord, the trials and tribulations of following God. You lose people. You find yourself in who God called you to be. You ride that out until your last day. And I think, man, a lot of people assume like life is like, I was born, I met God, and everything was great. No, I was born, I met God, and then the struggles really came in. Satan didn't have to worry about me when I was wilding out. He didn't have nothing to worry about. But as I'm following the Lord, it's like now, you want to go to Africa and bring healing and truth and kingdom. Like, we're going to have to create some problems in your life. And I think that's just what comes with the territory, But blessed are those of us who are persecuted for his name's sake. So,
die for the party. Let's be very clear. Kendrick mentioned you, as well as D1.
He did.
And y'all both responded. Let's be very clear.
Yeah, we did.
Talk about the inspiration behind, die for the party. And, why did you feel like you had to respond back after Kendrick shout you out in one of his songs?
Yeah, first of all, let me say shout out to D1. I do love D1, contrary to what everybody else out there saying. I saw D1 at Smoke Fest. We chopped it up backstage. I got nothing but love for my G, you know what I'm saying? And, okay. I if I'm being honest, I never really had no problems with nobody. Okay. Sometimes people have problems with me, but I don't got no problems with nobody. So
stay there for us 1 second.
Yeah.
So how do you, I think because this is a good moment for a lot of people. How do you handle a disagreement the right way then? Because we kind of seen you guys going back and forth for a minute. Just talk about that.
Yeah. Well, for me, I'm old school, so I'm like, let's talk in face to face. Let's like, I don't like the online back and forth type of stuff. You dig what I'm saying? So for me, I'm like, hey, can we really chop? And you know, I think a lot of times people are like, hey, that may not be productive for me to talk to you in person. And I'm like, okay, I mean, if that's how you feel. Or B, they feel like I'm untouchable, like you can't get a hold of me, which is not true. I'm very accessible. Or lastly, you know, I get it. Sometimes there's an intimidation factor. Like they think I may be more unapproachable than I am. But for me, I'm like, let's just talk. Because the Bible tells us to, you know, to do our best to be at peace with one another. You dig what I'm saying? So for me, I'm like, man, let's have a conversation. Let me hear your perspective. Let me hear where you're coming from. Because if I hear where your heart is and where you're coming from instead of your argument, now we're not arguing. Now I'm understanding why you burdened, and then I can speak to that. I can validate your feelings and say, oh, you think I'm doing it. And you got to do this in marriage. I've been married 20 years. If you ain't figured out in marriage, marriage will train you for life.
Facts.
So when my wife is like, she yelling, but she not mad at the fact that I didn't take out the trash. She mad at the fact that I woke up and didn't greet her. She feel disrespected by the kids, this, and then I didn't take out the trash. So it's like, we arguing about facts when I'm like, well, I took the trash out yesterday. Well, you didn't take it out today. It's like, that's not the real issue. The real issue is, man, you feeling overlooked, underappreciated, and I need to hear your heart on that and then address that. So that's how I deal with it in the body, man. Just try to hear people. You dig what I'm saying? So, but with Die for the Party, man, I mean, yeah, Kendrick, man, is I've never talked about this, but this is funny because Kendrick, I met Kendrick in 2011. I just DM'd him on Twitter. I had more followers than him at the time, I think. And I was just like, yo, I heard this song you got called The Faith with BJ Chicago Kid, man. I hear some perspectives. We should chop it up about some of this because I got some thoughts about it. He hit me up. We chopped it up about that. And then he was like, man, I need to ask you some more questions and da-da-da. And then it just started a convo back and forth about God, about faith, about music. And back then he was even like, man, we got to do a song that'll change the world. And I was like, you're blowing up. I'm not trying to capitalize on that. There's somebody right now that I'm in conversation with, a new believer in the mainstream space. And I don't want them on my podcast. I don't want to do no music. They a big old star. I don't want to do no music with them because the relationship and the journey with Jesus is too important to me. And I think when you hear Kendrick say, I wonder what Lecrae would do, he's referencing Lecrae, the person that he's gotten to know, the character. I wonder what D1 or Lecrae would do is because he's seen the character and the way these guys move and the sincerity of their heart and saying, I don't want to be more like that. You dig what I'm saying? So to me, that's a compliment. And then I said, well, let me get the cultural response. I didn't want to, but my homie AT was like, nah, you need the culture listening, you need to rap.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
And you bodied it up too, so shouts out to you.
Appreciate that, man.
Another one of my favorites on there, Headphones, featuring Killer Mike T.I. I'm be honest with you, you took me back. I felt like this was a UGK song.
Hey,
like, no. See, it was shouts out, rest in peace, Pimp C. I know, pray for me.
Hey,
I grew up, Pimp C was everything. And Bun, shouts out to Bun.
Yeah.
I just felt that type of essence.
Yeah.
Even before I heard anybody rap. When it came on.
Yeah.
Talk about this song specifically. And was this like y'all version of Pac's One of Heaven Got a Ghetto?
It's like it's Crossroads. It's like,
Crossroads.
Listen,
come on, you better shout out Cleveland, Ohio. Bone Thugs. You already know what it is.
It's all of that, man. But I do agree with you. Like the nostalgic, the vibes of the song. That's blues. Like that's that blues, that soul that comes out. And I think, man, to us, that says, oh, this song about to have some substance to it, some sausage, eggs, and grits in that thing. You know what I mean? And that's what that was on the production. And then, yeah, I mean, why So some people look at it, some Christians would say this microphone is a pulpit. It can be, but that's not what it always is, right? Sometimes it's a window into a conversation you having with people you know, right? That's what this song is. It's a conversation with me and two other men grieving the people that we've lost. It's really a therapeutic combo. Like, hey, let's talk about this. And the dopest part about it was I was in the room when both of them wrote their verses and we dialogued about it all. So it's like, who do you want in a room with T.I. and Killer Mike when they talking about they auntie they lost, they mama they lost, they cousin, they homeboys? Like, who do you want in the room? Who you want in a room when Tip is pushing back on me saying, so you really believe this about Jesus, bro? I'm like, I do. Let me tell you what this, and this is. And it's not I don't know. I think to the outside world, don't get it twisted. These are iconic rappers, great wordsmiths, great artists, giants in the hip hop community, but they still men. You dig what I'm saying? They still men. And I just don't see them. I see them as men. And I'm gonna talk to them like I talk to my cousin. You know, my uncles. My uncle pull up on the set of a video shoot. He like, girl, what you going about? About to go buy me some liquor, da da da. Man, what you going to buy some liquor for, man? I thought you was da da da. Well, you know, man, I'm tripping. Man, you was talking about you was in church last week. No, but see, here's my thing, Craig. Da da da. That's me, Tip, and Mike. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think we got to a healthy place of discussing. No matter what you believe, you can't escape death. So you're going to have to reconcile with it. You're going to have some thoughts about it. And that song is us talking about the people we lost and reconciling with that. And I say, Tip, that was one of the coldest verses he done in a long time.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We ran out of beat. That was iconic right there.
Yeah.
There For You, featuring Friday. Another one of my favorites on this, man.
Yeah.
Talk about collabing with Friday.
Friday a church boy. So
is he really?
He a church boy.
So walk us through that, because a lot would argue that he's not.
Yeah, he a church boy. But when I say church boy, I don't mean like he, you know, picture perfect.
Right.
But what I mean is he grew up in church. He know more about church culture than probably I do, because I didn't grow up in church. So he a church boy. So for Friday, it's an opportunity to like, his mama excited about that. His family like excited, like, yes, baby, this is what we prayed for. This is where we want you to go. And I think, you know, even when he did, God did, it's like, there's certain artists that know there's a way they should be moving in a lane they should be running in. They just need more opportunities. You know what I'm saying? Not only more opportunities, but unfortunately, if I'm being honest, there's nothing wrong with money. Money's not an evil thing. The love of money is. But unfortunately, people get rewarded financially for being really talented. And in the church space, especially in hip hop, we don't always see an incentive for being the most talented. You dig what I'm saying? So a lot of times people say, well, since I'm not going to be incentivized for being really talented over here, let me go over there where there's more money. And I think for a lot of artists, they do that, but they still got roots in the church and God, and they're like, but I still want to. So here comes a person like Lecrae or whoever who like is breaking through that ceiling, and then they get to do that collab. So that's There For You.
Pray For Me, another one of my favorites on there. Talk about the inspiration behind it.
Man, Pray For Me was just like, in last minute, my dude Ayo sent the track, and he did a lot of stuff, and that was one of the last songs we did, and it just hit me. And as I was writing it, I'll never forget writing it, finishing it up, and I went on a walk. And as I'm doing my little exercise, I just broke down crying, bro, because I was listening to it, and it was like all my debts have been paid off, all my demons been laid off. And it was like, man, we free. You know, even though people want to condemn you, want to hate on you, want to look down on you, at the end of the day, man, your debts are paid off by the blood. Your demons are. I mean, I was reading in Matthew this morning. They demons was running to Jesus like, what you gonna, please don't torture us. Like, he got power over death, dominion, demonic. So, you know, Pray For Me was one of them songs where I'm like, if you gonna hate on me, at least pray for me, because You know, it's rough out here sometimes.
It's definitely rough.
Yeah.
Another one of my favorites, Too Much, featuring Lecrae. Talk about that. And he's another up-and-coming artist that a lot of people sleeping on.
I love Lecrae. Lecrae's a leader. Lecrae is a, faithful dude. He been doing it for a good little while. And he just loyal, man. And Lecrae been in the studio many times. He done sent ideas and different things and stuff. Sometimes it just didn't work. So I heard him on this. And I was like, oh, I know who would sound dope on this. You know, and I had an idea, and I threw the idea at him, and I was like, and he was like, all right, I think I got it, Craig. Then he put some words to it. And he killed it, man. But, yeah, I think Too Much is just like, man, they be capping on me too much, man. They just stop.
Do they?
They be capping too much. It's like, the lies are unnecessary. Like, I get it. If you don't agree with me on certain things, you can say that, but don't lie.
Okay.
Don't just lie.
How do we get better in that area? Because you know why they lie on you. So the whole thing, social media messed everything up, Craig. Let's be very clear. Yeah. So everybody wants a viral moment.
Yeah.
So if they don't make up a lie, they don't go viral. So how do we get better at that? Because like you say, in our space, gossip, slander shouldn't be. I'm just saying from a biblical standpoint, it shouldn't be. But it's a real reality.
That's true.
Vanity is a real thing on social media. Let's be very clear. Yeah. How do we get better at that?
I think some of it, bro, we got to put the phones down.
Oh, they ain't going to do that.
Yeah.
Where they do that at, Craig?
I know, but I'm saying like, so and as a community, if you lead in a community, if you lead in a small group, if you a leader, I think there has to be moments and opportunities where we say, hey, the people in this room are the people who know the truth about you. The people in this room are the voices you need to validate your walk. The people in this room are the voices that you should be caring about what they got to say. The people on this screen don't know you. They don't hold no weight and they shouldn't hold no weight in your life. So you giving them too much power. And because you give them so much power, you start feeling like there's power in this thing. And there's power in the tongue, you know. So now you starting to feel like, well, shoot, how can I have a powerful voice? The quickest way to have a powerful voice is to tear down somebody else with one. That's the easiest way. Stop it. You need somebody in your life to show you already matter, so you don't have to go out there to feel like this is the only way I'm going to matter. I got to make up a lie about Lecrae, whoever, so people pay attention to me. You already matter, bro, sis. You already matter. You wonderfully and fearfully made, but somebody got to show you that. So,
why do you think everybody keeps saying you're an Illuminati, man? I want to hear from you, man.
I want to know what the Illuminati.
Okay.
Everybody think the Illuminati is different things, so I want to know. But I'm gonna tell you straight up what it is. If your idea of Illuminati is some kind of like secret society that gets away with murder and has special perks in this world, I must be at the bottom rung of that bug because I gotta go to court in a few days for a traffic ticket. You see what I'm saying? I need the Illuminati to help me out. I must be at the bottom. I'm in the cheap Illuminati. I'm in the aluminum Illuminati because I gotta go to court to deal with a ticket.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For a stop sign. No, not a stop sign, but not having my sticker on my thing. So I think it's because they perceive a level of success that they can't imagine attaining themselves. And so they can't imagine themselves attaining that. They don't know how you could have gotten it. Mm-hmm. So it has to be some kind of secret society or something. And I'm like, no, man, like, no, you just put a limit on yourself. Mm-hmm. Don't mean you got to put a limit on other people. Mm-hmm. So
Matter today. This is an interesting one because I feel like you talk about righteous anger. Speak to that a little bit.
Yeah, man. I'm like, okay, listen. Well, honestly, you can be mad at bad things, but have constructive anger, not destructive anger.
Correct.
Right? A lot of folks got destructive anger. Mm-hmm. You woke up mad, and that's me going back to the phone like I'm walking people through, okay? You know, you woke up mad, and then you woke up mad for something, and you decided you was going to tear somebody else down with it instead of using constructive anger. When you see things wrong in the world, there's nothing wrong with that. Constructive anger, what are you going to do about it? Mm-hmm. That's the thing. So if you mad because of injustice, or you mad because some babies ain't ain't got no food, then do something with that anger. Go buy some food for them. Go build a shelter. Go feed the homeless. Go serve. Go, you know what I'm saying? Become an attorney and fight for justice, or do something, but do something constructive with your anger instead of being destructive with it. Destructive anger tears people down. It's bitter. It wishes the worst on people. And it's like, man, we don't get nowhere with that. You dig what I'm saying? So
absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Another one of my favorites before we get out of here, politicking. Talk about you and propaganda always just making classics.
So a lot of people don't know, Prop is one of my closest friends.
Okay.
We've been friends for years, man. We met, we thought we were supposed to be enemies. Because, see, nowadays everybody got a political divide. Back in the day, it was a theological divide.
Facts.
So I thought we was enemies because we didn't believe in the same theological stuff. Mm-hmm. And we got it. We met, and it was like, well, what you think about this? Well, what you think about that? Well, I actually like that. Me too. What you think about this? I like that. Wait, me too. And we realized we had more in common than we had in disagreement. And I was like, bro, cool. I like bro. And man, this had to be, I don't know, 2011 or something like that. And man, we just got super cool from there. It was probably before 2011. Matter of fact, it was a minute ago. But then we just got super cool, man. And you know, that just became one of my close friends. And I felt like I never had him on an album. I always had him on mixtape songs or like random things. And I was like, to me, to put somebody on your album means you think very highly of them. For me, anyway. Mm-hmm. If you on my album, I think highly of your skills, ability, or character.
So hold on, break that down for a minute, because maybe and I'm a DJ and I don't understand. So what's the difference between an album, EP, and a mixtape when you talk about your thought process about who's going to be on it?
Right. A mixtape is, it's kind of like your everyday shoes. You know what I'm saying? You throw them shoes on.
Bricks on.
Yeah, throw them
forces on.
Yeah,
whatever.
Your forces. Yeah, you know what I mean? You throw them on and you go hit the mall. Blah blah blah. Your EP is like, hey, we about to we going to this little barbecue, my cousin's house. That's the EP. We're going to this barbecue at my cousin's house. That album, we're going to the Grammys. You dig what I'm saying?
Got you.
We about to go to the Grammys. So be best dressed. You better have your best on. And that's how I feel about my album. It's like, you got to come with the best in terms of your skill set. You got to be one of the best in terms of your character. Or, I just got to believe that there's something, you just mean something to me in a special way. Cause I gave you my Grammy ticket. You dig what I'm saying? Like, I only got 2 and I gave you 1. That's how I look at my album. It costs way more. The risk is higher. You gonna get your return. You might not get your return. It's so many things to think about. So if you on my album, man, that's the ultimate, like, I think very highly of you. That's how I look at it. Yeah.
Better sober. And you another cheat code. You got Madison on that thing.
Madison cold.
Talk about that.
Madison just cold. Man, Madison did my podcast. She talked about her wrestles with sobriety. I had my wrestles with sobriety. Mm-hmm. I come from a family.
Not you.
What? What are you talking about? I come from a family who got sobriety issues. You know what I'm saying? So whether it's drugs, alcohol, whatever. So I already knew that was, that was a generational sin in my family, that a cycle that I needed to break. And when me and Madison talked about that on the pod, I was like, yo, we supposed to work on a song. And I was like, that's the song, is us dealing with this. We better sober, but not just sober from drugs and alcohol, but sober from being drunk on ourselves, our pride, our own selfish ideas and ambitions. And that's how the song came about, man.
You close it out with Still Here. After all these years,
yeah,
you still giving quality
still
bars.
Here,
Talk about it.
She's still here, man. Like, it's crazy to me to imagine that I'm still here after all this time. Like, it really is. Like, in mainstream hip hop, it's people who ain't here that started when I started. You know what I mean? So to me, it's just a blessing, bro. And for God to be faithful to me, even in my times of being unfaithful, it's just a testament of Him. It's really a testament of how faithful God is. Cause I mean, I fell off, but I got back on the tracks. a lot of people fall off and just stay off. And I give God all the glory for telling me, like, hey, no, get your tail up. You know what I'm saying? And that's really what Reconstruction is all about. Reconstruction is Peter denying Jesus 3 times and Jesus looking at him, and everybody think Jesus looked at him and said, I told you. But he wasn't saying that. Jesus was saying, I knew you was going to deny me, and I still chose you. Get up. Go feed my sheep. I'm still here.
What's been the hardest lifestyle change for you, man, as you talk about Reconstruction with your faith and your faith journey? What's been the hardest lifestyle change for you?
I think the hardest lifestyle change for me is that I got to be more involved in, raising kids and artists. I used to just have to raise kids. Now I got to raise kids and artists. And that's probably hard because artists disappoint you just like kids do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want the best for them, and they got their own ideas of what they need to see happen, and you got to, like, let your hands go and let them move how they want to move. And that's been tough. It's been tough with my son. He's a great kid. But at the same time, there's times in our relationship where it's like, hey, man, I've been 16 before. You ain't never been 40. You know what I'm saying? Like, can you just hear me out? And it's like, oh, I guess you gotta let you bump your head. And sometimes it's hard to go from the studio dealing with that and then go home and deal with that. You know what I mean? Like, that's tough. I'm talking to an artist. I'm like, bro, you probably should not post that. You probably should do this. Nah, man, I just feel like, oh, okay. So that's been a hard transition for me in this season. But, God is good, man. He's taught me to let go. He's taught me he's in control, not me.
Get you out of here, man. The show is called The Fixx. If you could fix or change anything within CHH culture, gospel rap culture, what would you fix? What would you change?
If I could fix or change anything, I mean, this gonna sound like the old man who hating, but I want people to take their Bible serious, to be critical thinkers, to, like, really study to show yourself approved. I think we get away with just killing a couple demons. That ain't no shot at DKG. I love him.
He keep his Bible blinking.
Yeah, that ain't no shot. But I think we get away with just, all I gotta do is kill some demons or say trust Jesus a couple times in my song, and then I can put it out. And it's like, man, if you let that word shape you, mold you, when you start going through life and the word starts speaking to your situations, you're gonna have a lot to write about. You're gonna have way more depth in your songs, and you're gonna be able to serve people with your music a lot better versus just trying to make something fly in a Jesus, jump for Jesus record. Give them some meat.
Why do you think so many people in our space, because I've heard that a lot, and I've heard a lot of artists in our space don't even belong to a gathering, a church. So why do you think that's like being like the new thing to be like, okay? Because I know back in the day when y'all came up, let's be very clear. Y'all had to like show yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
Trained.
For sure.
Knowing y'all word.
For sure.
Before y'all could even spit.
Bruh, we've had places who said we couldn't perform until they got a letter from our pastor. You know what I'm saying? So I would just say that's part of the reason why is because there's no sense of accountability.
Okay.
There's no great keepers.
Okay.
You dig what I'm saying?
You gonna step up and beat one of them?
I'm trying to, man.
Okay.
I'm trying to. So, but there's no sense of accountability, and I just think everybody feel like as long as I'm going viral, I'm winning. And it's like, you may go viral today, but will you be around tomorrow? So.
Always appreciate you, Craig. Come on, tell the people how to connect with you and follow you on all your social media platforms.
Hey, man, listen, man. Follow me on Lecrae, at Lecrae. You know what I'm saying? On all platforms. But follow me for real, and I'll take you somewhere. Also, the Deep End Podcast. Come holler at me. Talk to me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Stay locked in. Come on. What song we playing for you today? Sheesh, man. Give me some J Monty. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Dang. What's the joint I be rocking all the time? Listen, artist, I ain't never had this happen. An artist came on and said he want another artist play. Yeah. He just dropped a whole project. I just want to get y'all in that spirit. He ain't say play nothing off his project. He looking up a song from J Monty right now. It's the one that get the most burn from me. Okay. But that Abba go hard. No, Abba's the one. But that ain't the one I'm talking about. Oh, Meteorite. Yeah, that's the one. Right now, J Monty, Meteorite. Yeah. Keep it locked. You tapped into the Fixx. You know the Fixx is in. Yeah.